Hello, and welcome to Digital Accessibility for Educators, PowerPoint Accessibility Checker Demo. Today we will be looking at PowerPoint's Accessibility Checker, how to access it, how to interpret the results, and how to fix common issues. We're going to begin by looking at our tabs on PowerPoint, assuming your PowerPoint's already open. If not, you would open it first. Then you would look at the tabs at the top. We see Home, which is the one that's highlighted on starting PowerPoint, but we are going to focus today on Review. That tab will open up a slew of options. The one we want to focus on today will be Check Accessibility. That opens this sidebar on the right, in which we are giving all of our issues with accessibility in this particular PowerPoint. Now, you do have this option to toggle on and show only issues on the current slide, or you can look at the issues on the whole presentation at the same time. This video will be divided into how to fix issues for color and contrast, media and illustrations, tables, and document structure. We're going to start with color and contrast. If we click on hard to read, it takes us to the first option or first issue under that category for color and contrast. So as we can see in this slide, the text box has text that is not easy to read. And so what we're going to do is change it, and you can use the tools up here or the tools that are given right there on the Accessibility Assistant. More font colors, we're going to choose this darker color, and for the text box fill, we're going to leave it that way. Makes it easy to read, we can see it. And as you can see now, if you toggle this on, the current site has no other issues. For media and illustrations, one of our biggest culprits is always going to be missing alt text. The reason why we add graphics to our presentations, we add images, but we don't always describe what those images mean, or if they even serve a purpose other than to be decorative. So when we look at our presentation, we want to click on this part that says missing all text, and it'll take us to the first graphic or image that requires alt text or that you can mark as decorative. For this specific presentation, I would describe this line as the line that separates hundreds and tens in the place value chart. You click save, and now that is no longer an issue on this slide. Now, if there are images that are just there for decoration, when you get to this part of missing all text, instead of typing in a description, you would just mark it as decorative. If you have a video or audio, it will check for subtitles. We do not have one here, so we're not checking for that. The next thing would be tables. So if you have a missing table header, it'll show you here. So it takes you to the table that's missing the header, and it'll either give you the option to use the first row as header or to insert a header row. Once you click on it, it will go to the next table, but I would suggest to add, once you add that table header row, not only to make sure that your table is nice and aligned, but also that you add a descriptive header for that column. So in this case, we want to write meaning of a symbol and symbol, just to describe what is in that column. Our next issue would be use of merge or split cells. This one I kind of go back and forth on. I would definitely merge these cells. This one truly depends on you, and if you feel that those merged cells serve a purpose, if they don't, I would get rid of them. Moving on to document structure. One thing that I know I am definitely a culprit of is missing slide titles. I would add a hidden slide title so it doesn't interfere with the overall presentation, but that it does aid in navigation. So this would label it slide 4 and answer to practice problem in slide 3. Because in this case, I am using this slide to show the answer for the previous slide's practice problem. That would be the title. We approve the edit, and now that slide has a title. You can continue adding titles to slides, as many as you need. And another issue that we tend to find on presentations is our reading order. When students have screen readers reading out what's on the screen for them, we want to make sure that it is in order. We want to make sure that it'll tell them that the question in this slide is what number is shown below, after it tells them the title, before it tells them what the image is about, and before it gives them everything else. So we can click on verify reading order, and as you click on these, it'll highlight what it is that you're clicking on. So since that's the title, I want that at top. The next part, we definitely don't want whatever is over here to be read. So we will delete that. Then that's the second thing we want. That's the third thing that we want to be described or read to the student. After that, we don't really want that first. We probably want the answer box last, and then anything in between. So this kind of helps you make sure that their contents has the right sequence in order for the screen reader to read it to the student. These are the many issues that one will find on various presentations. It is your turn now to go out and see your presentations and check them for accessibility issues and make them accessible for all students. Thank you.